this is Jeff Eastman, founder of North Canton Paranormal Detectives and inventor of the Paralight. I wanted to put a video together to help familiarize you with the Paralight and how it compares against other devices that measure EMF that are out there, and also how it is affected by things such as a walkie-talkie or your cell phone, and how other devices are affected by that too. And then later on we're going to have some fun actually playing some music and watching the lights dance around on the Paralight, and then we'll walk around and take a look at some common typical household items that emit EMF. So the first item that everybody carries around with them is probably a cell phone. So first of all, let's open this guy up. And so here's my cell phone. I'm going to wake it up and get it very close to the Paralight. Okay? I'm sitting right on top. Now the sensor for the Paralight is right inside the lid. Okay? So you see how that's going? Now I'm over here on the K2 meter. Additionally, it is also going off. Now how about if I send myself a text message? We'll get this going. Alright, as you can see, the K2 is blipping. Okay, the Paralight is not. I'll send that out again. Now, the antenna or the sensor for the K2 is actually the circuit card in the back. So this particular K2 was made by K2 Enterprise, and they used the circuit card. So which means that the K2 is pretty directional, meaning it will pick up more signal from the front and back versus the sides, and I'll demo that for you later on. The sensor again for the Paralight is right in the top. Now if you turn this to the side and get back here, let's send that out again. It's sent. It's not picking it up, not picking it up. As you can tell, you have to be right on top of the Paralight to get this reaction. Okay? So that's your cell phone. The next most common item that people carry around with them is the walkie-talkie. So let's turn this guy on. So now all you got to do is cue it up and it sends out a burst of energy. Now, did you notice that the REM feature on the Mel meter went off? That's why on a lot of ghost shows, when you see the REM feature go off, you wonder on command, is somebody in the background just holding the walkie-talkie and queuing it up? So, let's let that calm down. This is a ghost meter over here on the side. It picked up one blip. And then up back here on the K2 meter, as you can see, the K2 picks it up. Let's wait. I'm back here about 1.5 feet back. You can still see a blip on the Paralight. K2's picking it up. Come back a little bit further. I'm about 2 feet back. And I'm not quite sure if you can see that on the K2 or not. So you just got to be aware that the walkie-talkie sends out bursts. It's not picking up the megahertz or the signal frequency. It's actually picking up the burst of energy that comes out from using it. Alright? Again, you have to get pretty close to the Paralight for this to go off. Alright, let's set this aside. The next device I've got that people carry around, Ovilus 3. Okay? What this device is doing right now is that the speaker that is used inside of it, the dynamics of it and the electronics going to it, emits EMF. Okay? So if you put this on the table next to You just have to be aware how close it is. And again, if it's near the top of the paralight, try to get this into a, turn it back on. Okay. You should be safe keeping this about 2 inches away from the paralight on the table. Alright, over here with the Alright, turning this one off. Another common device that people use is the EM pump. Now the job of the EM pump is to generate EMF. Now it's speculated out there that the spirits use EMF to charge up and to communicate. That's all speculation. I don't think anybody's actually proven it. But what I've done here, this EM pump is by Paratronics. It has the ability to turn up, turn down in frequency in the cycles. You can see as this purple light is flashing, so is the paralight, and also is the K2. Now, I'm moving it back. I'm about 2 feet back, and the paralight's not picking it up. Okay, so I'm going to change this to more of a constant on-off, or on. And as you can tell, both the K2 and the paralight are going off. Now if I come down, top down, you notice I'm about a foot from the paralight, and it is pegged. As I'm moving this off, as you see me stretching my arm, I'm about 2.5, 3 feet above it, and it's not picking it up. Now, if I come over here to the K2 meter, you can't hardly see that going off until I get to the back side. Again, the K2 is pretty directional, that it picks up signals. Well, there's the ghost meter going off. You can probably see numbers changing on the Mel meter. And the K2, I've got the AM pump right in the back of it. It is pegging. Now if I turn it sideways and point top down, you can see the signal strength decreasing. The paralight, I'm horizontally to it, and of course the paralight's 360 viewing. Alright. So we're coming from all angles on the paralight, and it's picking it up. Alright, that's the EM pump. Another device that is used is the SB7 Spirit Box. I have it attached to a speaker. Now the actual SB7 Spirit Box does not emit very much EMF because of this tiny speaker, but most people plug it into a much larger speaker. So let's turn this on. And you can see the EMF generated by the larger speaker. Now, typically you're going to have this setting on the table. I have it approximately, it is touching the base of the paralight, and it's just picking it up. So let's back this out about 2 inches away. So, that was a live channel that just came through, and you could see as the speaker really made a loud noise, it was picked up by the paralight. So, when you're using the SB7 Spirit Box or like device, you're going to want to place your speaker a little bit, I'd say at least 6 inches away. You need to experiment with that. Okay? So let's shut this off. Okay, so one of the more fun things that you could do with the paralight is because it does react to EMF coming from a speaker, is to have fun with the spirits and play music for them in locations that are appropriate. For example, if you are at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio, and you feel that the prisoners or inmates haven't heard AC/DC for a long time, well, just record that onto your little digital recorder. And this is something you're going to have to experiment with. This is just a typical spray can lid. I'm going to put that on top. I'm going to place the speaker on top. Okay, I've got this set up. The speaker's on top. It's about 2-3 inches away from the top where the sensor is located in the Paralight. And let's say you're at Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio, and you don't think the spirits have heard AC/DC, and yet they would be entertained. Well, you get out your recorder, and then you plug it in. Let's find that. I think you're going to get a lot of attention with that. Okay, let's stop this one. And let's say you're at Hillview Manor, which is a location where a lot of older people passed away, and that they want to hear something a lot more toned down. When was the last time they saw lights dancing to Benny Goodwin?
Pennsylvania 6, 5,000.
And finally, let's say you were at Waverly Hills in an area that were like the children's ward, and you wanted to play something for them. Well, how about this?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Imagine all the little spirits, the children's spirits, attracted to the bright different colors.
In the sky, twinkle.
I think you get a lot of attention there. So that's just a different way you can use your Paralight while investigating. Okay? So let's take this device and walk around and look at a couple common electrical devices around the house so you can see how they both react. This is a typical circuit breaker power box. Alright, K2. Put that aside. Paralight. Okay, here's a microwave, pegged, backing it out. Man, I'm like 4.5 feet, still going off. Switch this out, bring in the Paralight. Yes, picking up the microwave. Here's a circuit in the wall. As you can tell, I got a lot of things plugged into it. K2 acts like a stud finder. Let's switch that out. Here's a Paralight. I'm going to turn it on its end so I can get it in here. Yep. It's picking it up. So you got to be careful in older homes that the copper piping, I'd say homes built before the 60s, copper pipes in the basement were used to ground the circuit. So you're going to be picking up a lot of EMF in those older homes. Here's a cable box. Doesn't look like it's on. It's pegged. We'll bring over the Paralight. Can you see that? Yeah, we're also pegged. Yep. Your cable box and electronics are putting out a lot of EMF. Well, I hope you found this video somewhat informative on the Paralight and how it compares to the K2, the millimeter, and the ghost meter, and how it reacts to EMF. It is more sensitive than the K2. It's not as directional, whereas the K2 is more sensitive along the plane perpendicular to its circuit card on this version of K2. One last item that I wanted to show you is a magnet. This neodymium magnet emits a magnetic field, but it is not moving. And as a moving magnetic field, it becomes EMF, or electromotive force, or electromagnetic force, as you would know it, EMF. But as I get this closer to the Paralight and stop moving, that magnetic field is stationary and it is not picking it up. But as I pick this magnet up and wave it, it becomes a moving magnetic field. Like on the K2, you see that dancing around? So that's just another item that you have that just fun to demo and talk about. So if you'd like to know more about the Paralight and how you can get one, please visit my website at ncpdohio.com. And as always, have fun, make smart choices, and be safe on your next paranormal investigation.
Thank you.